Listen carefully, because this message is for you and your heart. Needs this right now. Your soulmate has been carrying certain feelings quietly inside their heart for a long time. These feelings did not appear overnight, nor were they created by one conversation or a single moment. They grew slowly through memories, emotions, and experiences that kept leading them back to the same thought you, no matter how busy life became or how many distractions appeared. Something about you remained in their mind. There was a feeling, a connection, and a sense of comfort they simply could not ignore. Every time they thought about the future, somehow you kept becoming part of the picture. At first, this surprised them. They had spent years teaching themselves to be careful with their heart. They knew what disappointment felt like. They knew what it meant to trust the wrong people and to give their heart to situations that promised forever but delivered something temporary instead. Because of those experiences, they built emotional walls, not because they were cold or distant, but because they wanted to protect themselves. They learned to hide certain feelings, to rely on logic instead of vulnerability, and to believe that staying guarded was safer than being completely open. Then this connection entered their life. Little by little, something started changing. They noticed they felt comfortable around you. They realized they could be themselves without constantly worrying about judgment. They found that thinking about the future somehow became easier whenever you were part of it. These feelings caught them completely by surprise. The more they reflected on everything happening inside their heart, the more they realized they were not looking for perfection. They were not searching for someone who never makes mistakes, or for a relationship without challenges. What they truly wanted was something real. They wanted stability. They wanted trust. They wanted authenticity. They wanted a connection where both people feel safe enough to be completely themselves. As they continued imagining forever, they stop thinking about grand romantic gestures and perfect moments. Instead, they began thinking about real life. They imagined two people who choose each other repeatedly through every season of life. They imagined difficult conversations that bring understanding instead of distance. They imagined standing together during uncertainty, fears, and challenges. That is when one important realization became clear. Forever cannot survive on feelings alone. Even the deepest emotions need something stronger beneath them. They need a foundation, and that foundation is trust. Trust created through honesty. Trust created through consistency. Trust built through small choices repeated every day until it becomes unshakable. Your soulmate knows that promises alone are not enough. They have learned through experience that words without actions eventually lose their meaning. Real love is created through effort, patience, communication, and showing up for each other even when life becomes complicated. That is why there is one condition attached to forever. It is not a demand. It is not a test. It is not an attempt to change who you are. It is simply a hope. They hope that if this connection continues growing, it will always be built on truth. They want honesty to remain even during difficult moments. They want communication to remain when misunderstandings appear. They want both hearts to continue choosing the relationship instead of walking away whenever life becomes challenging. More than anything, they want authenticity. They do not want either person to feel they must hide important parts of themselves to be dot accepted. They want a relationship where fears, insecurities, dreams, and struggles can all be dot shared openly. To them, vulnerability dot is not weakness. It is courage dot. It takes courage to trust someone completely. It takes courage to dot lower the walls built by past disappointments. It takes courage to dot believe that a new chapter does not have to end like the previous ones. And slowly, your soulmate is learning that dot courage. They are beginning to dot believe that lasting love is dot built one day at a time. It is created through honesty over silence, dot understanding dot over pride, and mutual effort over assumptions. It grows every time dot trust is protected, and every dot time two people continue choosing each other. The future they hope for is not perfect, but it is meaningful. A future where both hearts feel understood. A future where both people continue growing together instead of apart. A future where trust dot becomes stronger with time rather than weaker. The condition they carry dot is simple yet powerful. They want a connection built on truth, because deep in their dot heart, they have come to believe that if honesty remains present, if trust remains protected, dot, and if both people keep choosing each other through every season of life, then forever stops feeling like a dream and starts becoming dot something real